still, that was something that needed some work to do. So about 2005, and my wife, bless her heart, she's a champion. She just is, and when she became elected in 2005, the JDAI ball began to roll, and it really helped to take a lot of the racist practices and procedures out of the system. Outside of the fact of whether I'm a racist or you're racist or this person is racist, they made it more of a system. And as you know, I could probably interview you on that, because you were you were a champion yourself in that whole.
I still am a champion.
All right.
We'll lay that out.
Don't speak that in the past tense.
Right. I'm still a champion of JDAI for sure.
And I remember when you came aboard too.
Oh yeah, and you actually hired me.
I was one of the
yes,
helpers.
That was really nice.
And I was excited.
I appreciate that. It was a very good experience. And so, tell the viewers, if you would, what is the purpose of the Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative?
Well, in my own words, to speak succinctly, to say that is to make the whole process work more efficaciously. I learned that in college. That's a good word. Give me 5. But the idea is to make sure that we get the right young people in detention that really need to be there, the ones that are actual threat to public safety, and not put the ones in there that need an alternative. And we've always over-relied on detention. And I kind of alluded to that when we first started, when I was a juvenile detective. And I looked up, man, and I'm seeing all these black kids going in detention, and I'm seeing these white kids go get some treatment. Well, son, why did you do that? And the black kids, I don't know. And I was mad, and so, yeah, the kid's a threat, and they throw him in there and ask a white kid, why'd you do that? And he was mad, so he'd go, well, let's get him on some meds, and that's an oversimplification, but that's how, in so many cases, it turned out, African Americans were being punitively treated, and other children were being treated for whatever made them commit the act in the first place. And so what juvenile detention, JDAI, has done has taken a lot of the arbitrary treatment out and it's made it more fair. So no longer is it a matter of kid getting thrown into detention because he had potty mouth or because he was a truant or curfew or on probation for something that wasn't a crime in the first place because we don't know what to do with them. And now we're getting the youth an alternative instead of just throwing them in the slammer, in a cage,
And so what's the result of that then?
It's really magnificent, I'm excited. I'm so fortunate to have participated in that process with so many people. One is that, first of all, let me point this out. We've been at this for since 2005, and we've steadily decreased the population in juvenile detention center. And people just assume that the crime rate has gone down because everybody's locked up. Well, that's not necessarily the case. Yeah. It appears that JDAI getting the right kids in there who are really, made significant steps to be involved in criminal activity, and getting them in there, and then we can really get them some assistance, some help that they really need, and keeping the kids out of it. Well, we brought the population down, and one day last week, about a month ago now, I was in JDC, and I actually. We were working because we're going every Tuesday, and we looked up and we only had 7 youth in it altogether, 7 boys.
7.
In its entirety. Now, to give you an idea how important that is, I know you know, but I'm speaking to the
tell our viewers,
I'm
please,
telling the viewers, is that the maximum capacity at JDC is 86 beds. Prior to 2005, we'd go in there and there'd be sometimes 100. Wow. And even more than that sometimes, And in those days, and sometimes, 70% of those kids are African Americans, which is disproportionate, the language,
Yes.
But what question am I answering?
I forgot. No, you don't have to answer a question. You just talk. That's
I'm just
good.
rattling.
This is all very helpful.
But I'm saying that so one day about a month ago, I went there and there was 7 boys, where that was unheard of, before 2005. And sometimes I heard that the number even had gone up to 125 at one or 120. Wow. I may be exaggerating that, but at that time, there were more fights up there. The place smelled pretty bad. They had to have, they were double bunking
Well, it's
youth.
not safe.
Yeah, it's
right?
not safe, and there were a lot of fights, and they had to have a lot of overtime and hire a lot of part-time employees. It's just expensive as heck.
Yeah, good point. We're almost done.
I'm not
I know.
through
Can
yet.
you see you're awake now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm waking up.
Yeah. So I have one last question for you, Melvin Carter Jr.
Hit me.
Hit you. What is next for juvenile detention reform? Where is JDAI headed? Where is SOS headed?
Well, you know, you hit me with that, with the blind side. You didn't warn me you were going to ask me that question. I guess
Big wrap up.
Well, yeah. Well, that's a good question. SOS, we've had our best year ever. This past year, our official count of working with boys, we work with 350 boys in the system. And incidentally, JDAI in the last 2 years kept out the precise number of 699 youth who would have been confirmed as locked up prior to that because they get the ray. And that's another topic. And so let me say this about JDI in Ramsey County. People, please check this out. We were at a conference a few months ago, December, and we were at a conference, and Texas was there, California was there, New York was there, and people were looking to Ramsey County. And their experiences were just different from ours. James Bell said they had them come up one at a time and tell their story, and they saved Ramsey County for last. They said Ramsey County, this next county, their experience is different from everyone else. Their results are just phenomenal, and they're doing a good job. I didn't even know who he was talking about. I was looking around and see, what are they talking about? And they said, come on up here, Ramsey County. You know, and so, you know, look to see us. We're doing great things. Our best is yet to come.
Yeah, congratulations on both counts.
Yeah, and I have to say this, my son has also supported Melvin Carter III. You know, he's also been a champion from the city council.
Yes, thank you. We are almost done, and I want to give the viewers an opportunity to follow up on JDAI or Save Our Sons for more information. So do you have a website for Save Our Sons?
No.
Oh, no.
We've had some in the past.
We have to give them your telephone number then.
Yes, I'd like to give that.
Please.
And we've had a website in the past, but our resources go straight to the kids,
Yes,
to the children.
does.
Generally speaking, we would like to have one. So if anybody feels out there generous, please call me at 651-335-0734.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, Dad.
And do you know the Ramsey County JDAI website? By any chance? I do.
I bet you do.
I do. It's ramseyjdai.org. And you can check out that website, and there's actually a video of Melvin Carter Jr.
Really?
Yes, well, as part of the video about Ramsey County. So JDI has been doing really great things. Thank you so much to Melvin Carter and your wife. You mentioned Tony Carter, Ramsey County Commissioner, and Melvin Carter III, who is also St. Paul City Council member. Thank you so much for joining us today on the St. Paul Forum. We've been talking with Melvin Carter Jr., who is founder, or co-founder even,
Helper.
of Save Our Sons and Helper, a passionate advocate for young men and young people in the juvenile justice system, and member of Ramsey County JDAI, among other things. So thank you so much for joining us.